Chapter 1. The Grand Opening. In the heart of the jungle, where the trees swayed to the rhythm of the wind and the birds sang pop tunes, a new buzz was stirring. Monkey Mart, the grooviest store in all the tropics, was about to open its doors. Run by Milo, a spunky macaque with a flair for fashion and a love for bananas, the store promised to be unlike anything the jungle had ever seen. Milo had spent months preparing. He'd hung disco balls from the ceiling, painted the walls in vibrant shades of mango and lime, and stocked the shelves with everything from banana-printed sunglasses to coconut shell handbags. His slogan, "Go Bananas with Style," was plastered on every surface, and the jungle animals were curious. Word spread fast. Squirrels chatted about it, parrots squawked it, and even the sloths, usually too slow to care, raised an eyebrow. On opening day, a line stretched from the store's bamboo entrance to the edge of the river. There was Zara the zebra, hoping to find a new scarf to complement her stripes. Leo the lion wanted shades to look cool while lounging in the savannah. And Tina the toucan, she just wanted something funky to wear to the next jungle rave. Milo swung onto a vine above the crowd, megaphone in hand. "Welcome, friends, to Monkey Mart. Get ready to go bananas with style," he shouted, tossing glitter into the air. The crowd roared as the doors swung open, and the shopping frenzy began. Chapter 2. The Style Revolution. Inside, Monkey Mart was a paradise of flair. Shelves overflowed with tie-dye bandanas, pineapple-shaped earrings, and even glow-in-the-dark flip-flops for nocturnal creatures. There was a Banana Bonanza section with banana-scented perfumes, banana-shaped hats, and, of course, actual bananas, because Milo knew you couldn't go to bananas without the real thing. Zara the zebra found a scarf with neon yellow bananas that made her stripes pop. "This is wild," she exclaimed, twirling in front of a mirror. Leo the lion tried on a pair of aviator sunglasses with banana-shaped frames, striking a pose. "I'm the king of cool now," he growled, admiring his reflection. Tina the toucan, meanwhile, grabbed a feathered boa dyed in rainbow hues. "This is giving rave vibes," she squawked, already planning her dance moves. But it wasn't just about the merchandise. Milo had set up a style station where animals could get makeovers. A team of chattering gibbons offered fur styling, feather fluffing, and even claw painting. A shy armadillo named Archie wandered in, nervous about his plain scales. "I don't know, Milo," he mumbled. "I'm not exactly stylish." Milo grinned, tossing him a metallic silver vest. "Nonsense, Archie. At Monkey Mart, everyone's a star." By the time the gibbons were done, Archie's scales sparkled, and he was strutting like a peacock. The jungle was transforming, one fabulous outfit at a time. Chapter 3. The Banana Bandit. Not everyone was thrilled about Monkey Mart's success. Deep in the jungle, a grumpy gorilla named Gus was plotting. Gus ran a rival fruit stand, but his plain bananas couldn't compete with Milo's glitzy empire. "Who needs banana hats?" Gus grumbled. "Fruit is for eating, not wearing." Jealous of Milo's popularity, Gus hatched a plan. Late one night, he sneaked into Monkey Mart and swiped an entire crate of bananas from the Banana Bonanza section. "Let's see how stylish they are without their precious fruit," he muttered, hauling the crate back to his stand. The next morning, Milo noticed the missing bananas. The store was in chaos. Customers were clamoring for their favorite fruit, and the Banana Bonanza display looked pitifully empty. "This is a disaster," Milo cried, scratching his head. But then he noticed a trail of banana peels leading into the jungle. Suspicious, Milo rallied his loyal customers Zara, Leo, Tina, and even Archie. "We've got a banana bandit," he announced. "Let's follow the trail and save Monkey Mart." Dressed in their new gear, the group marched into the jungle, looking like the most stylish posse ever. Chapter 4. The Showdown. The trail led straight to Gus's fruit stand. There, surrounded by the stolen bananas, Gus was trying to sell them as premium organic fruit. But the animals weren't buying it literally. "These are Monkey Mart bananas," Tina squawked, pointing at a familiar sticker on one of the fruits. Gus growled, crossing his arms. "So what? Nobody cares about your silly store." Milo stepped forward, unfazed. "Gus, the jungle doesn't need boring bananas. It needs style. Join us, and we'll make your stand the coolest in the jungle." Gus hesitated. He'd never admit it, but he was tired of his dull fruit stand. Finally, he sighed. "Fine, But only if I get one of those banana hats. The crowd cheered as Milo handed Gus a sparkly banana-shaped cap. Welcome to the Monkey Mart family, Milo said with a wink. Chapter 5, A Stylish Future. With Gus on board, Monkey Mart became even bigger. Gus's fruit stand was revamped into a Monkey Mart annex, selling bananas alongside stylish accessories. The jungle was now a runway, with every animal rocking their own unique look. Even the sloths started wearing tiny sunglasses, moving just a bit faster to show them off. Milo looked out at the vibrant jungle, proud of what he'd built. Monkey Mart wasn't just a store, it was a movement. Go bananas with style, he said to himself, swinging back to his shop. That's the Monkey Mart way. And so, the jungle danced to a new beat, where every creature, from the tiniest ant to the mightiest elephant, could find their flair and go absolutely, wonderfully bananas.